Okay, now that we've created this macro, we're going to do something a little different to make the macro available on the screen. So what we do there is we go to Create Screen Customization. We'll pretty much just leave things the way they are here. Let's see. Screen recognition criteria. We're going to again use the word main so that HATS knows to look for this word in this screen. Okay, apply transformation, and what we're going to do here, we're going to use blank as our pattern. Click Finish. Okay, this is just another informational screen. What you'll notice is that HATS has brought us to the Insert Host Component screen. We really don't need this screen, so or to do anything on the screen, so just hit Cancel. And you'll see that on the editor screen that we've been given kind of a HTML. If you've ever used anything like Front Page or Dreamweaver, you'll recognize this is the way that the HTML editors sometimes are used to modify HTML visually. What we're going to do here is we're going to go to Source. And as you'll recall, on some of my previous videos I've talked about how HATS can be used, or HATS default stuff can be used to kind of bridge the gap between learning HTML and Java, and I mean for people who already know like RPG or COBOL. This is an example of that. Here's the source code for the main menu Java server pages page, and it has the HTML in here. It has mostly HTML and very little actual JavaScript, except for some calls to some external JavaScript programs. So what we're going to do here is we're going to delete this this table. As you can see, it goes from the initial table tag here to the ending table tag. So we'll delete that and ensure that we are in the section that says Insert your HATS component tags here. So as long as we're inside this, we're okay. So what we're going to do here is insert the default rendering of this screen right here. So what we're going to do here is insert default rendering from the HATS Tools menu drop down. And okay, this can sometimes be tricky, but what we're going to do is select this from the top of the screen down to just past the sign on, and finish. And as you can see, HATS enters this area onto this, what's going to be this new rendering of the screen. We hit enter here, and this is where we're going to place the macro that we just created, so that it shows up as an option on the screen. So in order to do that, we're going to do HATS insert macro key. As you can see, our macro is already there. We'll choose that, and we have a bunch of different options we can choose. We're going to use button for this one. Click OK, and there it is. That is the macro. If you recognize the HTML and the JavaScript here, place another enter here, and we'll grab the rest of the screen. So we'll do HATS Tools and Insert Default Rendering, and we'll grab the rest of the screen from just below the 90 sign off to the bottom of the screen. And finish. And that'll insert that there. And now that we've completed that, we'll save it. And now that it's finished saving, we'll test it by doing the debug on server. Sure, why not? Great, thanks. Okay. It's prompting us to select a server here. And we'll simply choose to use the existing server, the WebSphere application server 6.1 that I have loaded on here, and finish. Okay, now that that Hats has debugged the page and opened the browser and in the WebSphere and everything, it's given us our page. So now we're going to log in and see where our macro is shown up. If it's done correctly, it should show up right after the sign-on of the main menu. Let's log on, and there it is. So now when we click it, it should prompt us for the amount. Alright, cool. And there we go. And that's an example of using macros and combining screens using Hats.